One of the most scariest things in my personal life, which I have had to confront, which I have had to come into terms with, which I have had to accept and embrace, and which I am still confronting, dealing with, having to accept and embrace, is my fear of the unknown, my fear of uncertainty. And the reason as to why I continuously wrestle with this is because of my upbringing, because of me being raised in a single parent house where felt unsafe, where I felt as if I needed to seek a sense of security where at least I can feel safe. Because, like, hey, this is like kind of, what did I have to, yeah, this is, anyways. So, my dad died when I was 7 years old. No, I'm not 7 years old. In 2017, when I was in class seven, yes. And now I was raised up by my mom. But I wasn't at that time. I was like, I was finishing primary school and I was transitioning to secondary school. But I wasn't seeing life as it is because I was just still in boarding school, and in boarding school at that time, when I was in high school, I was being sponsored. I don't even know I'm supposed to say this. Yeah, but I was being sponsored, and so at least I knew I had a sense of security. But now after high school is when I started seeing life as it is. Where I started seeing, in a way, my mom was struggling to make ends meet, to continuously give me and my fellow siblings the life that we actually want. So my mom really sacrificed a lot and she really worked hard a lot. And until this day, she's still my superhero and I still love her. And I've come to, make terms with whatever sort of narratives I had towards my mom and just love her and accept her for who she is, understanding wherever it is that she was coming from. And that requires you to seriously confront yourself. And that's now seriously requires you to confront your fears. It seriously requires you to confront resentment within yourself, bitterness within yourself, and just choose to forgive and love them for who they are and wherever it is, based on your understanding of wherever it is that they're coming from. And most likely majority of us, I hope to believe, also struggle with this, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of the unknown. And most likely some of us who are living in single parents households, and also some of us who aren't even living with our parents, but we are being catered by our relatives or guardians. And if there's one thing that we are all looking for, is a sense of safety, is a sense of security. This is one thing I came to realize. And me, I was personally looking for it based on me wanting to become a professional footballer, because I was pursuing football, to be honest, to feel safe and gain security. And I thought like me becoming famous, me having money, and me just gaining accolades is what is going to make me feel safe. But God had to remove me out of that in 2024. Yeah, because I had finished high school in 2022. So yeah, in 2024, he had to remove me out of that. And I really hated it because now I thought that the God who I love is against me. The God who I love is not wanting me to get whatever it is that I want in life, you know? And it's normal for us to feel this way based on however it is that we were raised up, because we are interpreting God's intentions towards our life the wrong way based on our traumas. And in order for you to now be free from these, is that you have to come into the end of yourself, and which I chose to do so in 2024. And slowly but surely, I started realizing that God wasn't actually against me, and whatever it is that was happening in life at that time wasn't against me, but it was actually happening for me. Because the man that I am right now is, I feel as if it's like 10 to 100 times more better than the man that I was Kitambo. And as I was saying, like, yeah, it's us looking for safety and security, and it's because of whoever it is that we are internally and innately, which are kids. We are just children wanting to find peace in life, wanting to find meaning in life, wanting to find purpose in life, and just wanting to have a sense of security and safety in life. Because at the end of the day, if you believe what the same thing that I believe in, because my channel is not only for Christians, it's not only for people who believe in whatever it is I believe in. My channel is for everyone: Muslims, Buddhists, atheists, um, Satanists, Luciferians. Like, my channel is for everyone. I don't categorize my channel for one specific denomination, one specific religion, one specific, it's for everyone, because I view each and every one of us to be the same, who are children of God. That's what it says in the Bible. So it's just us, it's just the kid part in ourselves looking for safety and security. And that's what I was doing, because uncertainty and the fear of the unknown was always making me be anxious, was always making me be worried, was always making me be fearful. That made me be so very indecisive, that made me be so very irrational, and made me be so very inconsiderate, impatient. It just made me always look towards myself, like I was just self-protecting myself and self-promoting myself. And it's because of my childhood, as I said, where I was only brought up in a single parent household. And this has nothing to do with my mom. At first, was I thinking that it had anything to do with my mom? Yes. But at the end of the day, it had nothing to do with her. But and I'm saying, like, you have to come into terms with this reality. And it is very hard. And you now die into these parts of yourself. Now you have to confront it. And confront them especially is very difficult. So what was I saying? Where was I going? Oh yeah, so majority of us may struggle with this. And like I said, until this day, I still struggle with it. And sometimes I find myself finding it hard to make decisions in life. And even in the past, when I was having problems in doing this, it made me hurt people. Especially there's someone in 2023 who I dearly hurt. And at the end of the day, I love you. But hoping they are going to say this. I'm not going to say if it's a he or her. So at the end, but they know they know who they are. So yeah, most likely you already know what I've just said. So I'm just being vulnerable right now, and I really did not want to say this. I had a whole other agenda of how I'll direct this video, but the Holy Spirit is making me say it however it is I'm supposed to say it, like this. And shout out to you. I know you're making me die to some parts of myself, making me be more vulnerable. It's very hard to confront yourself. No, for me right now. It's very easy to confront myself, but telling other people of however it is I've confronted myself is kind of uncomfortable. But anyways, so so majority of us may struggle with this: the fear of uncertainty, the fear of the unknown, and this is, like I just said, you're looking for safety, you're looking for security. It's just the innate and internal childhood part within yourself looking for this security and safety. For the word of God does say that we are children of God. It doesn't say that we are adults of God. And slowly but surely, God made me come into the realization of this verse where it says that all things happen for the good of those who love God and walk in accordance to his purpose. Because everything that was happening towards my life, even until now, is actually for my good. And I have evidence to prove that, like I've just shared, based on however it is that I was raised. And it's just that we're trying to predict outcomes. We want outcomes to happen the way we want them to happen, or however it is that we have predicted them to happen or expected them to happen. And 9 times out of 10, we don't have control over that. And this is something that I had to come and accept within myself. And this led me now to seriously pursue now my relationship with God. And slowly but surely, He has helped me die to this version of myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not 100%. Um, not let me not say aware of it. I'm not 100% healed from it. The only time I've come to realize I'll be 100% healed from it is when I die, and I have to be okay with it because the triggers just always come most likely unexpectedly, and it's just a matter of me having to choose to just face it, confront it, and realign it back to truth. Every day I have to do this. Every day. It's painful and it's annoying, but I always know that it's God taking care of me. It's God reassuring me. It's God keeping His word where He says that He will never leave me nor forsake me. And this has helped me to be very detached towards life. It has made me be less dependent towards people. Not saying that I don't want to be surrounded by people. I don't need people. At the end of the day, we are family. We are groupies. Like we are social beings. That's what I'm trying to say. And we need each other to survive on Earth sometimes. But if your survival is based on survival and not living, you all are just going to be ruled by fear and not love. However, it is you're going to treat each other is just based on self-protection and self-promotion, and it's not going to be based on selflessness and thinking what is best for the other person. You know? So all I would like to say is whenever you're put in a situation where you're very uncertain of how things will happen, always ask yourself this question. This is what I personally have come to ask myself. What if it happens? Like dead us by there. What if it happens? What if me and this person don't end up being in a relationship? What if this person actually ends up dying? What if I do not get this job? What if I do not make it in life? Based on however it is you view making it in life is. What if this and this does not happen? What if 1 plus 1 does not equals to 2? What if 2 plus 2 does not equals to 4? Whatever it is, I want life to come my way. And the moment you're able to just tell yourself that, what if it doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, and you will be okay, that's when you know that you've actually now built a certain level of self trust within yourself. And it's seriously actually rooted in you building a level of self trust within yourself through your relationship with God. Because if you build your self trust within yourself by yourself, you being your own God, you will just end up placing your identity in counterfeit things. I'm speaking this based on experience. You can listen to me whether or not you want to listen to me. I'm not here trying to force anyone to listen to me. I'm just trying to help people at least find a sense of self within themselves, you know? But that's based on if you want it or not. So you building this self trust within yourself based on wherever it is you choose to place your principles, morals, values, standards, and beliefs to be is what is actually going to make you know that at the end of the day, if it happens the way I actually wanted it to happen, and most importantly, if it doesn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, I will be okay. Why? Because I have slowly started building this level of self trust within myself that knows in the back of my head, God has to remain faithful. God has to remain righteous. God has to remain merciful. God has to remain just. And that's what now keeps me sane. And that's now what makes me face uncertainty without allowing the fear of uncertainty to control me. It's not that I don't feel it. I do feel it. Even as I'm normally doing content, I do feel it. But I don't allow it to roll over me. Scripture says that whoever it is that believes that Jesus Christ is the Son of God has already overcome the world. Christ even said that I will face trials and tribulations. It's inevitable. It's life as it is right now. But I should take heart because he overcame the world. Because whatever it is that I'm experiencing and feeling, he also had to experience it and feel it. And he felt it and experienced it, I mean. And however it is that he came out on top is by him dying to whatever it is that is wanting to control him to act irrational and impulsive and choose to just trust in the one living God. So, like I just said, whenever it is that you're faced with uncertainty, just ask yourself, what if? But you seriously have to build a serious level of self trust within yourself, knowing that your security doesn't come from other people, your safety doesn't come from other people, it doesn't come from money, it doesn't come from wealth, accolades, power, fame, security, status. It comes from you just basing your identity in the one true living God. And my one true living God is Jesus Christ. Whoever yours is, I'm not gonna say you follow Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna say that it's a must you. I'm not gonna try and impose Jesus on you. But at least give him a shot. That's what I'll tell you. At least try. And if it doesn't meet up to your standards, that's fine. But most likely, if that doesn't happen, it's mostly to do with you. I'm just saying. But I'm not saying this to trigger you. I'm not saying this to. It's just because I've learned to not allow control of whatever it is I cannot control to control me. And I still battle it every day. Like I just said in my video, it's something that I struggle with every day. It's based on however it is that I was raised. And for single parents out there, because I've witnessed my mom raising me up and my siblings up in a single parent household, don't give up. Run to God, to be honest. Like, He's out there, He's seen you. At the end of the day, you don't got yourself, but God got you. Because at the end of the day, yes, you may feel as if you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. But who you truly are within yourself is a child of God too. And God sees that. Even for you, my single, not my, my fellow people who are being raised up in single parent households, you are also a child of God. And He sees you. At the end of the day, the God says that He's the father to the fatherless. And He's the husband to the widows. And to the widowers, no. What is for men? No, widows is for women. Yes, He's the husband to the widows. For widowers, those are men. I don't say he's still actually a husband in a way because you are the church. Oh my god, I'm going through a tangent by there. But you just know that at the end of the day, He got you. And He's not going to leave you nor forsake you. Just confront the deep parts in yourself that is making you think that materialistic things and people are your security, but in reality they are not. But who is actually your true security is God. Bless.